this function, that is Ci into x square, using the digital circuit or digital system design. So here we have input value and binary coded input value. X the binary coded input value, and Ci is the coefficient stored in a flow through SSRAM, that is x comma Ci, and y all are signed fixed points, values with 8 pre-binary point and 12 post-binary points. Here 8 plus 12 are 20, that is total size is 20 bits. Here it is a 12-bit unsigned integer. When the input start value is 1, the value of x and y arrive at the system. Here we have to use a single multiplier. Here we are going to use the single multiplier which performs the Ci into x and then x square. Yeah, this is the solution. Here what the question says, that is the function y is equal to c into x square. Here the coefficients are stored in the flow through SRSRAM. Here we are using a 12-bit unsigned integer index for the value I. It is the total of 20 bit total size, and 8 pre and 8 post binary bits are used. Here we are going to use the single multiplier, and which is going to multiply Ci into x, and this is the data path. As we can see, SSRAM component, this is the SSRAM component, and we have here we are having 2:1 multiplexers, and it enables to perform the multiplication of Ci into x. First, after that, the product of Ci and x will be multiplied with x again, and it is this is the multiplier, and we are going to multiply Ci into x first, and then the product of Ci and x will be multiplied with x to give Ci into x square. To give this equation, we are going to again multiplying with Ci into x square. Here the result will be stored. Here the result will be stored in the res register, and this register will store the result, that is y is equal to Ci into x square. Here this is the input register, here where x samples, here D flip flop is the input registers, where the x samples will be stored. The value of x samples will be stored in this register, and x underscore ce, this is the enable signal for this chip. X underscore c is the enable chip signal for this chip, and the control signals of all of them will be controlled by the controlled path, by the control sections, and the value required for the performance or operation of this data path will be applied by the control section, and internally it consists of operation of this data path. Here the computation will start when the index value, here the computation will start when the index value I is stored in the address register of this SSRAM. Here we are going to start the computation when the index value 1 is stored in the address registers in this SSRAM. Next, the data input x. Here the data input x is stored in this register X is stored in this registers. And the second clock cycle, the SSRAM performs a read operations. Here the coefficient read from the SSRAM stored value X will be first multiplied. Here the stored value X is first multiplied by the multiplier, and then the data will be stored. The coefficients read from the SSRAM stored value X, you are going to first multiply by the multiplier, and the data will be stored. Then the result Ci into X will be stored in this register. Here we can see the feedback from the output. This is the feedback from the output to this register. This line is the feedback line from the output to this register to the second multiplier. This is the second multiplier and this is the first multiplier. During the next clock cycle, the products which is during the next clock cycle, the products which is Ci into X, this will be multiplied with X again. In the next clock cycle, so the products that are which are Ci and X, that will be multiplied with X again. And the final result will be stored in these registers. And the final registers we are going to store in these registers, which is Y is equal to Ci into X. Here first, in order to multiply Ci into X, mul underscore multiple select. These select lines will be made 0. You have to make 0 when you are going to multiply Ci into X. The select lines will be made 0. When the select line is made 0, out of these two inputs, the multiplier will select the output of this SSRAM. The multiplier will select the output of this SSRAM, which is nothing but Ci value. Here we are going to find the Ci value. Next, in this second multiplier, the second multiplier selects the X value. It is going to select the X value. So during the first iteration, Ci into X and X will be multiplied, and the result will be stored in this circuit. In the next iteration, as this Ci into X is sent back to this multiplier, Ci into X is sent back to this multiplexer. When you make the select line as 1, the output of this register, that is Ci into X, that will be multiplied again with X. We are going to multiply X again with this multiplier. See, here we can observe there is a connection from the second. You can observe some connection from the second input of this. Multiplexer to the output of this register. Here, which is storing X, then this X will be multiplexed with the product. And here the X will which is storing the X value, and it is this will be multiplied with the product, which is Ci into X. So ultimately At the output we will receive Ci into x into x, that is y is equal to Ci into x into x square. This is nothing but Ci into x square that will be stored in this register. See here we can observe that. Here we can observe in the step 1 C underscore RAM enable and x underscore C is made 1. So you can observe both are made high. In order to capture the input values, you are making both C RAM enable and x underscore C high to capture the input values. When start changes to 1, when the start changes to 1, the C RAM C underscore RAM enable and XC goes to 0. Goes to 0 and transmit the second step. And transmit to the second step. In the step 1 we can we will be waiting to start the signal. When the start signal 1, we travels to the second step. We can travels to the second step. The second step, what we do is we make this select line 0. That is null select. We make this select line 0 in the second step. So that y underscore c, the output of the output registers, this is the output of the output registers, is equal to 0. Is equal to Ci into x. Sorry. That is equal to Ci into x. After doing the unconditionally, we move to the third step. Step 3. Here in the step 3, the product stored in the output register, the product stored in the output registers will be multiplied with x again. So the final product will be y is equal to Ci into x. After that, it again will move to the idle state, that is step 1. Are you able to understanding? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? Everyone are understanding?
Yes, sir.
Next, this is the finite state machine. We can look at this. Here in the first step, that is the ideal state, we are waiting for the start signals. That is, if the start signal is 0, this is the waiting state. If the start signal is 0, we remain in the step 1. Then we move to the step 2. On the arrival of the start signal, this is the arrival of the start signal from the step 2. Unconditionally, we move to the step 3. Here from the step 3, after finishing the work of step 3, it will be directly move to the step 1. Directly move to step 1, and again we will keep waiting in the step 1. Here, so these 4 values, that is a C underscore RAM enable, X underscore C, and multiple underscore select lines, and Y underscore C will be in the step 1. Next you have a pipeline SSRAM. Can anyone tell what is the difference between the flow through SSRAM and pipeline SSRAM? In the last class we have studied the flow through SSRAM. Are you remembered? This is the flow through SSRAM and this is the pipeline SSRAM. Can anyone tell the difference? Here the main difference between the pipeline SSRAM and flow through SSRAM is, in the pipeline SSRAM there is an output registers at the data at the data output also. Here the pipeline SSRAM is suitable for high speed systems, and the data output also has a register. Here it is suitable for high speed systems. And it accesses the RAM in one cycle and uses the data in the next cycle. Here the pipeline SSRAM is going to access the RAM in the one cycle and uses the data in the next cycle. Here we can see the timing diagram of SSRAM, that is the pipeline SSRAM. Here in the first clock cycle, this is the first clock cycle, just like a flow through SSRAM. Here the address A1, this is the address A1, and enable 1, which becomes high. During the first clock cycle, you can observe that the enable is becoming 1, and WR is also 1, which is also 1, and then the data to be stored. The data is to be stored. This is the data stored XX, and this is for the write operation. Write operation setup. Then these values are fetched into the register of the start of the second clocks, and these values are fetched into the register of the start of the second clock. Here the second clock pulse occurs. On the arrival of this rising edge clock, you can observe this rising edge clock. These values will be stored in the respective registers. Next, on the arrival of third rising edge clock, this is the third rising edge, allowing the write operation. Third rise-edging clock, according to the write operations, the address pointed by a small a, that is the address pointed by a small a1, that is address pointed by a small a1. This data will be stored in the particular location. The data will be stored in the particular location. Here you can observe that, whose address is a1, and that will be appear on the output line after this rising clock edge. See, on the arrival of a third rising edge clock, according to the write operation, this is the third rising edge clock. The address pointed by small a, that is the address pointed by small a. The data will be stored in the particular location. And whose address a1, and the data will be appear on the output line. This is the output line after this rising edge clock. Here ends the second rising edge clock. Here starts the third rising edge stage. Here we can observe the data is stored, appear on the output line. Here in the case of pipeline SSRAM, the data stored in this location A1, the data stored in this location A1 will not appear on the output. It will appear the output only after the rising edge arrives, that is only after the third clock pulse. See, in the pipeline SSRAM, the data stored in this location A1 will not appear on the output. Here it is not appearing in the second edge clock. It will going to appear only after the rising edge clock. Here it is going to appear. Here we can observe that the third clock pulse, third clock cycle, there is an attempt to perform the read operation as well. This is to perform the read operation as well. So we are attempting to read the data. You are going to read the data which is stored in the memory address A2. In the third clock, the third clock cycles there is an attempt to perform. We can observe we are attempting to perform read operations to read the data which is stored the memory address of A2. Here we can observe the write signal is goes 0. You can observe here in the third clock rising clock cycle the write signal is goes to 0. That is we are attempting to perform the read operation. We are going to perform the read operations. So this data A2 will be read in the fourth clock cycle. We can observe this is the fourth clock cycle. This is the fourth clock cycle. That is M into A2. Here M A2 is the nothing but the data which is present in the location M2. M of A2, location A2. Understood? When the write signal goes to 0, that we are attempting to perform the read operation. See, in the fourth cycle, the write bar, that is the write signal goes to 0. We are performing the read operation. So the data A2 we read in the fourth clock cycle. That is M into A2. Here M of A2 is the nothing but the data will be present in the location A2. This is about pipelined SSRAM. Any doubts regarding this? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Next you have memories in Verilog. Next we are going to read next how to model the memories. Here the Verilog, that is the Verilog equivalent of flow through the SSRAM. Here the first of all RAM or a memory will be realized like this. That is register to 15 down to 0 data underscore RAM. That is 0 is to 4095. Here we need to use the array concept for realizing the memory. Where you are using a array concept to realize the memory. Here there is a register, that is the data, and this is an array of 0 is to 495. That means total there are 4096 elements. The 0 is the first element index. The first element index is 0 and the last element index is 4095. Totally there are 4096 elements. Here the size of the each element is 16-bit. You can observe that is 15 down to 0. Here the size of the each element will be 16-bit. By writing this declaration, we are modeling an array of locations where each location of size 16-bit and the number of locations is 4096. So this is a model of memory in general. This is a model of memory in general. Coming to the flow through SSRAM, we have a model for the we have to model the SSRAM using these statements. Here the always at percentage clock, which means this is the flow through the SSRAM depends on clock. Here first we have to check whether the enable is 1, whether the enable is 1. And whether we have to check enable is active. If the enable is active, we have to check the write, that is WR. If the WR is the control signal, which is going to determine the whether to perform the write or read operations. It will determine to perform the read or write operation. Next, if this WR is equal to 1, when you are making WR high, it means that it need to perform the write operations. If this WR is, it means that we are we need to perform the read operations. When WR is high, it means that we are going to perform the write operation. If this WR is low, make low, it means that we are going to perform the read operation. High for write operation, low for read operation. Here if WR is 1, so we need to write the data which is available on the data input of the memory to a location. Here while making WR high, we need to write the data which is available on the data pin of the memory to the location or to the location pointed by the address. For that reason, D underscore RAM A, here A is the actual address, here A is the actual address value, so that the address will be act as an index. Next we have D underscore in is the data which is waiting. D underscore in is the data which is waiting at the input terminal, so that the data will be applied to this location. Data will be applied to this location means that the data will be stored in the data underscore RAM location. Here the D underscore in is the data which is waiting at the input terminal, so that the data will be applied to this location. This location means that the data will be stored in the D underscore RAM location. The data will be going to store in this location. Next, at the same terminal, at the same flow through SSRAM, the data stored will be immediately appear on the output pin line. Here at the same time, it is flow through the SSRAM, the data stored will immediately appear on the output line. That is D underscore in is applied to the data out. This is D underscore in is applied to the data out. So once the data is stored, immediately appear on the output line as well. If this data is stored in the D output, immediately it is going to appear at the output line as well. Suppose this WR control signal is 0, this WR control signal is 0, we have to perform the read operations. As earlier only I told, when this is 1, we are going to perform the write operation. When this is 0, we are going to perform the read operations. Suppose this WR control signal is 0, we are going to perform the read operations. In the else part, what we have is we are fetching a locations data. We are fetching a locations data, that is data underscore RAM A. Here what is the data underscore RAM? Again, this is the array what we declare, and we are accessing the location pointed by the registers. Here the data underscore RAM is an array what we declare, and we are accessing a location pointed by the registers. So this address will act as the index. So this address is going to be act as a index, and this can be any value between 0 to 145, and this value can be any value between 0 to 145, 0 to 4095. So this is data underscore RAM A is 0, then the stored location, the data RAM will be 0. When the data underscore RAM is 0, the data stored in the location data RAM will be 0. And this is going to be 0, this data will be stored will be 0, and fetched it will be appear on the output, that is underscore D out, D underscore out. When the D underscore RAM is made 0 at the data in the stored location, the data RAM will be 0 and fetched it. Data RAM is 0 and fetched, and it will be appear on the D out. This is about memories in the Verilog. Any doubts?
No, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ